Welcome back to another episode of Finding the Fantastic Podcast. I'm Colleen. I'm the one who started this thing called Finding the Fantastic. What is it? Oh, it's basically finding something fantastic in between the hustle of surviving life and achieving it. Or achieving your goals. So basically, I love motivational speakers and I kept watching them and getting motivated, but then I'd find out 3 days later, I was like, wait, what? What am I supposed to do? I know I'm motivated, but at the same time, I'm just trying to get through the day. So I was like, I think it's all about finding something fantastic in every single day, in everything we do. That's what needs to happen. So hence we have the podcast, Finding the Fantastic. So today I want to talk about what you do is not what you do, it's why you do it. So yeah, that's a lot of words there. Basically what I mean is, so when you're meeting somebody for the first time, or you're networking, or you're meeting a friend or whatever, they're like, oh, what do you do? Like that question, what do you do, right? I keep hitting this microphone. And you typically answer with, well, I do accounting. Well, I do teaching. I'm a teacher. Well, I do government contracting, right? That's pretty much what society has told us to say. Again, I'd love to know where the stereotype book is, this book that's written that says you have to answer a certain way or do or be a certain way, because I'd love to burn it. Because I'm here to tell you that what you do doesn't have to be what you get paid to do. What you get paid to do is how you pay them bills and get that McDonald's. But what you do is what you're passionate about. And I know a lot of people will be like, Colleen, that's called a hobby. Actually, no, it's not called a hobby because you're passionate about it. You love it. All right. So for instance, I podcast. So when someone goes, Colleen, what do you do? I'm going to say, I'm a podcaster, but I'm also going to say, I'm a vlogger. I'm a blogger. I'm a writer. I'm an encourager. I'm a public speaker. Okay. They're going to be like, oh my God, she's one of those. Yes, I'm one of those. I'm one of those people who's proud of the things that I do because I'm passionate about it. Yeah, I do something else to pay the bills, obviously, because everybody needs to pay their bills and buy them snacks at the Taco Bell. But that's not what I do, what I'm passionate about. So, I think part of finding the fantastic is realizing that you are more than what you pay the bills with. Now, let's say that you got a job that is your why and you're, passionate and getting paid for it. That is awesome. I salute you. Fantastic work. But not everybody has the luxury of that. What we do is not what we get paid for most of the times. But then why, when people go, what do we introduce ourselves that way? Let's stop doing that. If you're a woodworker, introduce yourself as a woodworker. Let's say you're a woodworker and you pull the shift work at the local, at the local gas station and you got the graveyard shift, but you're a woodworker, you're talented doing wood stuff. Well then, say you're a woodworker. Don't say you work at the Sunco gas station. There's nothing wrong with working at the Sunco. You probably do a fantastic job of it, and that pays the bills. But what you do is woodworking because that's what you're passionate about and love. I think if we started to shift the focus from this stereotype, I had to pick in college. I had 4 years to figure out what it was I wanted to major in, and what I majored in really was going to tell me what it was I was going to do with the rest of my life. I got a newsflash for you. First of all, the first 4 years of college are entering in some of the most sensitive times in your life where you're figuring things out. So I don't really know how you expect anybody to pick out a life-altering career. Second of all, people don't know what they want to do when they're 45, 55, 65. That's why we have the midlife crisis, because people try to do the stereotype. People try to just say, that this job is what they do. When in reality, they are a beautiful poet. If you're a poet and you know it, why don't you say something about it? Why don't you say, oh, what do you do? I'm a poet. I write poetry. And they may look at you and be like, oh, you pay the bills with that poetry? No, I don't pay the bills with that poetry, but it's what I do. I got this other 9-to-5 job, I work at a hotel. But that's not what I do. That's how I pay the bills. Anyways, all right, this has gone on long enough. That was my thought for the day. Finding fantastic. Tell me what you find fantastic during your day. Subscribe to my podcast channel, like my Facebook page, my Instagram, all of that. I have got to jet, my friends. Got to jet.